We have all worked with complete tools in our time, haven't we? We're not just talking about hammers and nails, but those Debbie Downers that make 8 hours feel like an eternity. Now take that and imagine shooting a movie for 16 hours a day next to someone who openly tells you that they hate you. Yep, it happens. Let's take a look at some seriously questionable actors that have worked in the Marvel realm over the years. Howard may have helped launch the MCU with Iron Man as the original Colonel James Rhodes, but it all went downhill pretty fast. Despite doing a decent job with the character in the first outing, Howard was booted out for the second one and replaced with Don Cheadle. The actor has been vocal about how he believes the studio and Robert Downey Jr. screwed him over by significantly cutting his proposed paycheck for the next movie. Not only that, but Howard felt like War Machine wasn't getting a big enough part. Putting all that sourness to the side, Howard doesn't have the best rep in the business anyway. He's been criticized before for being abusive towards his ex-wives, as well as having an attitude on set that generally isn't nice to be around.
You need me to do anything else?
Keep the skies clear.
Parting may be such sweet sorrow, but we can't help but feel Howard's departure was a blessing. Don Cheadle does a brilliant job with Rhodey. We just couldn't imagine anyone else in the role now. Okay, this one may seem like a bit of an odd entry, but hear us out. Yes, we all love RDJ and everything he stands for. He made Tony Stark feel like he was truly a living being and not a character pulled from a comic book. For that, we'll always love him 3000. That doesn't mean he's always easy to work with, though. Robert is notoriously hard to interview. Sometimes he's a dream, but catch him on a bad day and oh boy. You'd have better luck chasing a paper boat down a storm drain. That isn't the best thing when trying to promote a movie. If that wasn't enough, he also spearheaded the campaign to raise the salary of his co-stars too. Rob didn't want to be working for millions when the likes of Johansson and Evans were getting just $200,000. To us, that's just honorable and the right thing to do. To a studio, that is a massive pain in the quantum realm. Natalie Portman is a pint-sized pocket rocket that has an attitude even Thanos couldn't rival. Is she an amazing actress that knows her worth? For sure, but with that kind of celebrity and notoriety, it's only natural that Portman may get caught up in her ego every now and then. Many studios and plenty of Hollywood stars have mentioned Nat's short temper, which caused serious problems on the set of Jane's Got a Gun. Not only did the director walk out on the project, but so did several big-name stars. Bradley Cooper, Michael Fassbender, and Jude Law all stepped in and stepped out so fast it was like they were doing the hokey pokey. Rumor has it that no one could put up with Portman's ways. Ewan McGregor eventually starred opposite her. Portman recently came under fire for wearing a cape adorned with snubbed female directors to the Oscars. While that's all well and good, Portman has only ever worked with a handful of female directors herself despite being in the industry since she was a child. We've consulted our therapist over this one, and oh, wait a second, I've got a call coming in. Oh, hey doc, I was just talking about you. Yeah, I'm working. Can this wait? Gwyneth Paltrow posted what to her website? So, forget everything I just said. Paltrow is fair game. She might play sweet and lovable Pepper Potts in the MCU, but don't be fooled. The actress turned lifestyle guru has a fiery temper that'll burn you more than that DIY face mask she touts on her blog. Not only is she incredibly pretentious, but she is so anal that she requests any shower she goes into is thoroughly dried beforehand. That way, she won't come into contact with anyone's water. It's just surprising that she doesn't melt into a pile of green goo, honestly. Clearly, Gwynnie needs a taste of her own wellness medicine and needs to chill the heck out. Maybe she can light a candle that smells like... never mind. Tommy Lee Jones is a veteran in the industry. That's not just a polite way of saying he's old. He's put in some serious hours over the years and has been in some amazing movies. He has a knack for being able to play serious characters that are also hilariously funny. While we don't have any evidence that Lee was a pain in the rear end on the set of Captain America: The First Avenger, we do know that he has been less than polite to fellow actors in the past. Before the Men in Black star hopped over to the MCU, he famously played Two-Face in Batman Forever. Also in that movie was Jim Carrey. Tommy and Jim didn't hit it off. In fact, Tommy hated the Riddler actor and didn't keep it quiet. Lee actually went up to Carrie and laid his cards on the table. That is nothing short of brutal. We all have those moments, but we avoid people. Actually, straight up telling someone you hate them takes some grapes. "Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey Mickey," said no one on the set of Iron Man 2 ever. There, I said it to the tune, I'm not singing it. Is that okay? Good, I'm glad we got past this. Mickey Rourke is an impressive actor, but he really wanted to get more out of his part in the franchise than director Jon Favreau liked. Rourke frequently deviated from the script and went on a wild tangent, doing some off-the-cuff improv. Save that for drama class, Rourke. Ultimately, all of Rourke's freeballing had the opposite effect. Everyone was so irritated by him that his part in the flick was significantly reduced in editing. The actor was so miffed that he badmouthed Marvel all over town using some very colorful language to express his annoyance. He said, "I didn't work for 3 months on the accent and all the adjustments and go to Russia just so I could end up on the cutting room floor." Well, hate to tell you this, Mickey, but you sort of did. Anthony Hopkins is one of a kind, isn't he? He's the man to beat. He's inspired countless younger actors to step out onto the stage, and he's won numerous awards. In short, the guy's a hero. But don't ask Jodie Foster what he's like to work with.
We did the read-through of the film, and by the end of it, I never wanted to talk to him again. I was petrified.
The actress said that during the filming of The Silence of the Lambs, she never had a conversation with him. This wasn't because he was mean, but because he was always in character, and it freaked Jodie out. Hopkins himself has admitted that he has trouble connecting with other people. He has only one child, a daughter, who he walked out on when she was just a baby. Marriages fall apart all the time, but Hopkins never tried to be a daddy. Although they briefly reconciled in the 90s, they have no relationship. The actor's even gone on record saying he couldn't care one way or another if he has any grandchildren. Ouch. Things really didn't go all that well for Edward Norton post The Incredible Hulk. Now, it seems like complete idiocy to imagine anyone other than Mark Ruffalo in the part of Bruce Banner, but Norton originated the role in the MCU. At that time, the American History X star already had a big reputation for being a first-class a-hole. He dated Courtney Love, for goodness sake, so you know there's something not quite right there. Anywho, putting Norton's love life aside, Ed was even worse to work with on the 2008 movie than Hulk was with Thor in Ragnarok. That's really saying something. The actor tried to take control over every aspect of production and ruffled a lot of feathers on the way. After the movie was released and the recasting of the character announced, Kevin Feige threw some serious shade. He said the studio wanted to find someone who embodies the creativity and collaborative spirit of our other talented cast members. Edward retaliated by calling the studio cheap. Taking a part in a Marvel movie as a different life form requires a lot of makeup. That goes without saying, doesn't it? Apparently, Hugo Weaving didn't get the memo. The star played Red Skull in Captain America: The First Avenger, but had been very honest about how much he hated it.
You could have the power of the gods!
According to him, studio executives played down how much time he would have to spend getting transformed into the character. He didn't enjoy spending hours getting prepped for shooting each day so much that he vowed never to do another movie like it again. This isn't the first time that the Agent Smith actor has bashed a movie after getting his check. When he worked on the Transformers franchise, he waited until the funds cleared and then called the experience empty and soulless. No one likes a complainer, Hugo. Come on now. We're starting to think you're just as rigid as your Matrix character, only in a less suave getup. When it comes to being digitally enhanced, there is no one quite as good as Andy Serkis. This is the mastermind behind Gollum, for crying out loud. With that being said, Serkis has a little teeny chip on his shoulder.
I did not start this war.
His precious isn't a ring, but the mocap. He pores over that thing like he's trying to keep it out of the clutches of a furry, stupid hobbit. Since starring in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, Serkis has become a little too overconfident. Sometimes it feels like he invented the technology himself. Sure, he's a big deal in that niche, but he's not the one that pioneered the technology. However, watch interviews over the years and it certainly feels like he thinks he's the bigwig in the industry. Many special effects pros and animator experts have voiced their grievances about Serkis' attitude, claiming he belittles their profession. You don't want to tread on those toes, Andy. They helped you get to where you are today, otherwise you'd still be splashing around in that swamp water and no one would know your name. Well, there you have it. So what do you think? Would you jump at the chance of working with these A-listers, or would you rather take your chances with Doris from accounting? We know which one we would rather pick. Let us know in the comments. Before you go, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Until next time, and thanks for watching.